What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about 90% junk constitutional silver, going through some quarters, dimes, and half dollars, and explaining why I don't do any coin roll hunting. Now, obviously, I would like to one day, but I want to explain why I haven't in the 4 years that I've been stacking. Really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, use promo code SANTA for a 15% discount, sale ends tonight, and of course make sure to go and get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. The link will be in the description. Refer 3 friends before the end of the month. They're going to give you a free share of Apple. Webull link in the description. So today, as I'm posting the video, it is Sunday, the day after Christmas, December 26th, 2021. As I'm filming the video, believe it or not, it's actually Thursday, December 23rd. So I'm filming it a couple of days in advance because what a crazy scenario. I want Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Christmas Sunday to myself and to spend with the family. So I'm filming a couple days in advance. Hope everybody had a fantastic holiday. And being that I'm filming it a couple days in advance, I have no idea what the spot price of silver or spot price of gold is going to be by the time the video drops. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. Something else I'm doing in this video is hopefully not editing anything in any way, shape, or form. I'm not even going to do my regular image overlays or anything at all. I want this video to be just straightforward so I can hit record, say what I need to say, stop recording, and just post it to YouTube without even worrying about editing. So moving away from all that, what we have right here on screen, you can see quite a bit of silver. Quite a bit of 90% junk constitutional silver. We even have some 40% silver on screen. So what I wanted to do in this video is go through some of the coins, junk silver coins, that you could potentially find while doing a little bit of coin roll hunting. Clearly, I don't have any peace dollars or Morgan dollars or anything uncommon when it comes to at least face value or different denominations of silver. You're not going to find a peace dollar while coin roll hunting. Sorry to tell you that. But the reason I haven't done any coin roll hunting is mainly because it's a very time-consuming thing to do, and I would imagine it is unbelievably relaxing to be able to sit down, zone out, not listen to or pay attention to anything going on in the world, and just focus on the coins in front of you and the coins in front of you only. Believe me, I love the way that sounds. And I do plan on doing a little bit of coin roll hunting. The way my life is set up, it's actually pretty chaotic, and there's a lot of stuff going on all the time, so I just haven't been able to do that. Similar to the reason I haven't gone metal detecting, or the reason I haven't done a couple of different things. Something that's time consuming, something you got to invest your time, energy, and effort into something, and it's just something that I've been not able to do, unfortunately. But I would like to do a little coin roll hunting, and I might actually do that for a live stream one day. But anyway, the coins that I have right here, I want to go through. I don't know if I'm going to go through every single individual coin, although maybe I will. Maybe that's what I will do in the video, but I wanted to go through some of the coins that you could potentially, it's probably not super likely, but some of the coins that you could end up stumbling upon while doing some coin roll hunting, going through rolls of quarters, dimes, or half dollars. First things first, I wanted to talk about the quarters. So you can see some of them are in pretty good condition. Some of them look a whole lot better than other ones. These are in all different types of condition. I've gotten every single last one of these Washington quarters. Just random. Didn't exactly sort through and pick them out. I got a lot of them online. I've gotten handfuls of them over the last year and a half from my local coin shop. Washington quarters are hands down See, this is going to sound kind of funny, and it's going to sound like it kind of contradicts itself, but they're my favorite to stack, but they're also the ones that I find to be the most boring. Everything you see on screen right here, we have Washington quarters, we have Standing Liberty quarters, we have Roosevelt dimes, Mercury dimes, Walking Liberty half dollars, we have Franklin half dollars, Kennedy half dollars. Pretty decent selection. Out of everything here, Washington quarters are 100%, at least in my opinion, and I'd like to know if you have a different opinion. I consider these to be the most boring, which is why I like to stack them. Sure, they're boring, but oftentimes boring is the best. Oftentimes boring is better. Oftentimes boring contains the most value, and I don't mean that literally. Obviously, everything on screen right here, these up here would contain the most value, being that they are the largest denomination of silver and contain the most silver out of any other coin. But anyway, second in command, I would say probably Kennedy halves. They're pretty common, hence why I have more Kennedy half dollars than any other half dollar. And these aren't even all my half dollars, by the way. These are just a small pile of 40% Kennedy halves. I have more 90% Kennedy halves over here. I have even more locked up in the safe. And of course we have a couple of Franklins and Walking Liberties up there at the top. But Kennedy halves, being that they're so common, being that they're so easy to stumble upon, being that you can pretty much go to, I don't want to say any coin shop, but I will say almost any online precious metal dealing website. And if you wanted to pick out which half dollar you want, Kennedy halves, from my experience, they always seem to be the cheapest. These carry the lowest premium. And when I say these, I'm actually referring to the 90% Kennedy half dollars. 90% Kennedys typically carry lower premiums than Franklin halves or Walking Liberty halves. I'm assuming, due to the Kennedys being far more common and potentially in the eyes of people that stack or collect coins, potentially far more boring. In addition to the half dollars, we also have the silver dimes. But I guess before I can get into those, I want to talk about these right here. Standing Liberty quarters. I told you I'm not editing anything. I'll leave that in. Standing Liberty quarters. Believe it or not, I didn't even know that these existed. When I was stacking for a little while, I got these on eBay a couple years ago, and I was scrolling through eBay looking for some hidden gems. I was looking for some cheap 90%, and I was scrolling through, I was seeing what was being offered, and I stumbled upon Standing Liberty quarters, and I thought to myself, what in the world are those? I thought to myself, I've never seen those before. I've never even heard of them before. What in the world are they? Obviously, I believe that they're a coin, but when are they from? Where are they from? When are they from? I don't understand anything about them. So I looked into them, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. These are, similar to the Washington quarters, 90% silver. And being that they contain just as much silver, they weigh the same. Although these might weigh slightly less. You can tell how worn down they are. They are roughly 1/6 of a troy ounce of silver, just like the Washington quarters. Except, what's different about these is that potentially less boring, because you don't really see these every day. I didn't see these every day. I still don't see these every day. I didn't even know that these existed for, I don't even know how long I was stacking for. 2.5 years before I learned that these were a coin in existence. Never heard of them before. But I stumbled upon them, and I did a little bit of research, obviously, before placing my order, converting my dollars into them online. Did my research. I was happy with what I read, and I decided to pick a couple ones up. They're considered dateless because of how worn down they are, although on some of them, and I only have the 4. I don't know if... Doesn't look like... Yeah, no, not these two. It must be one of these. There's one you can very vaguely see. See how this one's completely worn down? There's no date on it. This one, you can actually see, I don't know if you'll be able to on screen, but you can actually see a 6. Not that that really matters because it doesn't have the full date on it, but I just wanted to point that out. So enough about standing Liberty quarters, which are pretty cool, by the way. Don't see them every day, so maybe, just maybe, you wouldn't consider them as boring as a Washington quarter. But then moving away from quarters in general, we've already moved away from half dollars in general. And by the way, I will get back into talking about coin roll hunting momentarily. I just wanted to go through some dimes really quick. When it comes to dimes, these are probably my favorite denomination. Like I said before, Washington quarters are my favorite to stack, and that's just because they're off of everybody's radar. They're boring, nobody really pays too close attention to them, and I find that of all the 90% coins in the world, really, all 90% US coins, that is, tend to carry the lowest premium, so that's what I like to go after. So they're my favorite 90% coin to stack. But silver dimes are my favorite 90% silver coin due to their denomination. I like the small increment. I like how, how I said before, quarters are roughly 1/6 of a troy ounce. Well, these are 1/14 of a troy ounce. It takes 14 of them to equate to roughly a troy ounce of silver. I like that. I like the really small denominations. I like the fractional coins, US fractional coins. Easiest to work with. Not to say any of the other denominations are difficult to work with, but clearly the smaller the denomination, the easier it is to work with. Same goes for gold, by the way. A 1 ounce gold coin, pretty easy to work with. A half ounce gold coin, even easier. Or 2 half ounce gold coins, even easier. What's easier than that? 4 1/4 ounce gold coins. What's easier than that? 10 10th ounce gold coins. The smaller the denomination, the easier it is to work with, especially if the spot price were to really climb in an upward direction. So these are just, in my opinion, a fantastic way of breaking a troy ounce or making change for a larger piece of silver. I've explained that many times in the past, and that's hands down my favorite thing about constitutional. So right here we have some Roosevelt dimes. You could probably also call them rather boring as well. But what I like are these over here. I like Mercury dimes. We have a Roosevelt dime as well. I like the Mercury dimes. I love the way these look. This is another example of a coin that I wasn't even familiar with. In fact, the very first Mercury dime I stumbled upon was just by going through a jar of loose change. I found one of these in there, and I don't have that very one on me at the moment, but it was so worn down, you couldn't even really tell what was on it. I don't even know if it... You see how that says United States of America? The one that I stumbled upon was so worn down, I don't think it even said United States of America. I don't even know exactly how it looked or the condition it was in. This was back in 2017, 2018. It was the first Mercury dime I had ever seen shortly after I started stacking, and it was so worn down I couldn't tell what country it was from, and if I couldn't tell what country it was from, I didn't know exactly what coin it was. I didn't know anything about it, and if I didn't know anything about it, I didn't even know if it was actually silver or not, so I hung on to it just because it was an interesting looking coin. You see how it says Liberty around the perimeter? Yeah, it was so worn down it didn't even say that. And the actual image on either side of the coin was pretty worn down as well. I didn't get the best look at its appearance, but I could just tell it was a cool looking coin. It was unique at the very least, and it was definitely something that I wanted to hang on to, mainly because I was like, well, I have never seen this before, and I have no idea what it's about, but I will figure it out and learn about the coin. And of course, the Mercury dime has turned into one of my favorite 90% junk constitutional silver coins. I love the Mercury dime. I love the way it looks. It's probably my favorite Actually, I don't know if I want to say that it's my favorite, but it's definitely my favorite denomination of 90% junk silver coins. I just like the small 1/14 of a troy ounce. Like I said, I like the Washington quarters for their ability to be recognized and how common and popular and I guess you can say boring they are. They're off of everyone's radar, and me being a contrarian, it just makes the most sense. I like to stack, and I also like to invest in what no one else seems to be paying too close attention to. There's a lot of hype over here or hype over there. Whenever I see hype, I try to stay as far away as possible, and I go after what everyone else is ignoring. That's just my style, that's my way of stacking, and that's also my way of investing, and it's been a little over 4 years of doing this, and it's worked out quite well over the years. So I talked about my favorite 90% coin to stack, this one for being the most boring. I talked about my favorite denomination of 90%, this one right here for being the smallest and easiest to work with. But what about my favorite looking 90% silver coin out of everything on display? I would probably have to say for the longest time, it was the Walking Liberty $1/2. I would say that it was this particular coin right here. The Silver Eagle before the silver was the Silver Eagle. I just think it's a beautiful looking coin. Gotta love the Walking Liberty. Gotta love the Eagle. It's a beautiful coin. I don't know how else to explain it without, telling you what you're already, looking at on your own. It's just a good looking coin, and I don't think I've ever met anybody or spoken to anybody that said otherwise. I'm pretty sure everybody likes the way this looks, so I'm a big fan of this particular coin. But like I said, for the longest time, I thought that this was my favorite looking 90% coin, and I still love the way that it looks. However, I think nowadays, my favorite looking 90% coin would probably have to be the Franklin $1/2. So I have two right here. I have a third one as well. These two were actually sent in from Lon. Lon, thank you very much for sending these my way. They weren't just a random gift. He actually purchased something and chose to pay in silver, which I thought was really cool. So 2/3 of an ounce of silver was essentially the price tag, and this right here was his payment. So thank you, Lon. I appreciate that. But I'm just a big fan of the Franklin halves, and it probably is mainly because they're just very uncommon. You don't see these every day. You don't see a whole lot of Franklin halves. You don't see a whole lot of Walking Liberties either, but at least I had a handful of them. Before these two were sent my way, I had only had one, which, if I only have one, when I have a whole handful of those, and piles upon piles upon piles of Kennedy $1/2, and piles and bags and more piles and more bags of Washington quarters and Roosevelt dimes and Mercury dimes, you see them all the time. You become very, very familiar with them. They're just very, very common when it comes to my stack, at least. Maybe you're unable to relate, but when it comes to me and my stack and the coins that I've been picking up for a little over 4 years now, these are just super uncommon. I'd only had one, which was a gift. And then I received two more as a payment. So 4 years had gone by, and I've had almost no experience with Franklin halves. So I love the way that they look, and I'm always a big fan of the Liberty Bell. Look at that right there. Beautiful design. I'm obviously a little bit biased when it comes to American coins. I love all American symbols. I like eagles. I like the Statue of Liberty. I like Liberty Bell. I like the Scales of Justice. Really anything, any type of symbolism that represents just America. The American flag, anything like that. If it's on a coin, my God, it's like a win-win. Two birds with one stone. That's the way I see it. And I'll use the Franklin half as an example. Two birds with one stone. Stone number one is the fact that it has American images all over it. But 2, it's silver. It's silver and it has something with America on it. Oh my God, it doesn't get any better than that. The only way it can get any better than that, for me, as a guy with Italian heritage, is that it would have to be dipped in cheese. That's the only way it could get better. But I'm a big fan of Franklin half dollars. And to be honest with you, I'm a big fan of everything you see on screen. Oh, and for the record, 40% half dollars are roughly 1/7 of a troy ounce. 90%, roughly 1/3 of a troy ounce. 90% dimes, 1/14 of a troy ounce. 90% quarters, 1/6 of a troy ounce. So that's probably the easiest way to remember it. Strange denominations. It's a little bit different than what most people are used to. 1/10 ounce, half ounce, quarter ounce, 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 5 ounce, 10 ounce. It's a little weird when you're working with strange numbers. 1/14 of an ounce, 1/7 of an ounce, 1/6 of an ounce, 1/3 of an ounce. But once you memorize that, once you figure it out, it's pretty simple. And then in addition to that, back to coin roll hunting. I just wanted to go through the coins that you could potentially stumble upon while doing some coin roll hunting. Being that I've never done it before, or at least on a large scale, I've cracked open a roll of coins and just sorted through them. But I've never gone to the bank with a couple $100 cash and received a couple $100 worth of coins in return, sorted through all of them, each individual coin, and then brought them all back for my paper US dollars to be handed back to me. I've never done that before. But if I were to do that, you know what I would probably request? Or at least for the most part? Probably half dollars. Rolls of half dollars. I think I would have to go with the half dollar just because I would imagine that's where you would find the most success. I would imagine that's where you could be the most lucky when it comes to finding some hidden gems. I'm not overly confident that I can go and get hundreds of dollars worth of rolls of quarters and dimes and even find anything at all. Maybe. I mean, that's the fun part. Sorting through them all and searching for what you're looking for. A little piece of money buried in the currency. It's like digging for treasure. I understand that's the fun part. I understand that's the thrill. And I'm willing to do that. But I believe you'd probably have the most luck going through half dollars. And to be honest with you, I think you'd probably find far more 40% half dollars than 90%. Those are just some of my thoughts. Those are some of my expectations. Again, I've never really done any coin roll hunting, but I'm curious to know, if you're watching this right now, have you gone through massive amounts of rolls of coins? Quarters, dimes, and half dollars, I'm kind of lasering in on. I'm not really talking about the pennies or the nickels or anything, but when it comes to quarters, dimes, and half dollars, where have you seen the most success? Where have you gotten the most lucky when it comes to going through rolls of coins, searching for a little bit of precious metal? And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it'll be the first link in the description. It's where I can do things on my own terms. I post exclusive, privately held live streams, VIP Club adventure vlogs. I do monthly giveaways. I do a whole bunch of stuff in the VIP Club, so the link to that will be in the description. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Bunch of brand new videos over there. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. If you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. We got tons of different designs. We have t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs. A lot of the items are raising a little bit of funds and awareness for different nonprofit organizations, so link will be in the description. And of course, Make sure to go and get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. The link will also be in the description. If you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, Webull will give you a spin on the Webull wheel where you're guaranteed a free share of Apple, and you have the chance of winning 2, 3, 5, 7, maybe even 10 free shares of Apple. That promo ends this month. You only have a couple days left, so don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again. What are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to all of the different 90% and 40% junk silver, constitutional silver coins on display. Number 1, which is your favorite to stack? If you had to narrow it down to just one of these coins that are on display, which is your favorite to stack? Number 1. 2, which is your favorite due to the denomination? Do you like the small increments, the medium, or the larger increments? And 3, which is your favorite looking? Let me know your thoughts on that right there. And of course, if you've done any coin roll hunting, where have you found the most success? When it comes to the quarters, the dimes, or the half dollars, if you went through 100 rolls of each, where do you believe you would have the most luck? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.